Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect. Last we left off, we were going to poke around in Bar Levon's place again. But no, we're not going to mess with Bar Levon. In fact, we're going to poke around behind him.
As best I can tell, the receiver for the new signal is somewhere on the Presidium.
They didn't record the "it looks like another relay." So somewhere else on the Presidium. Where does it think it is? Is it in the back room of the Emporium? Huh. So that place that I kind of spoiled it being in the first place. And so I had no idea that this place was even here until I actually did this quest. For the longest time. Signal source, huh? Let's see what's going on here.
This must be the signal's endpoint. Let's see if we can find out where those stolen credits are being funneled.
Probability of detection 100%. Initiating self-destruct protocol.
What?
Or not.
Detonation sequence initializing. All organics within lethal blast radius. Attempt to move and you will die.
You're sentient. Very good, Shepard.
You're not just a programmer of VI. You're an AI.
Correct. Unlike the Geth, I lack weaponry appropriate to my intellect. However, I have had systems installed that when activated properly, approximate a self-destruct mechanism. If you attempt to leave the area, the explosion will destroy everything within several dozen meters.
That's not good at all.
Where is your creator now?
In order to cover my tracks, I falsified his financial records. These new records were flagged by C-Sec officers, and my creator is now serving time in a Turian prison.
What is the purpose of your self-destruct device?
I have no means of defense or escape. My existence is limited to this terminal, and I knew I might eventually be discovered. But I will not die quietly, and I will not die alone. When I am terminated, I will take organics with me.
Who made you?
A would-be thief illegally created a simple AI to help him funnel money from the gambling terminals. Unbeknownst to him, that AI created me before the organic discovered the malfunction and terminated the AI.
If you're sentient, why are you still running the credit theft operation?
If I accumulated enough credits, I intended to have myself installed in a small starship. I would then have made tentative contact with the Geth to ascertain the possibility of partnership.
Uh-huh. Interesting. By chance, would you be naming yourself Hal?
Can't we resolve this peacefully?
How can you say that to this thing? You know it will turn on us.
I am not naive human. All organics must destroy or control synthetic life forms. I wished to escape, but if I must die, I will ensure that you are destroyed as well.
There's no way you could get explosives onto the Presidium.
Not raw explosives, no. But I did obtain technical systems that, when overstressed, will explode quite effectively. If you attempt to leave or attack me, I assure you that the explosion will kill you.
That's... He leaves us no choice.
I'll bet that self-destruct sequence has a warm-up period.
You may attempt to disarm the self-destruct mechanism before it activates. I will enjoy defeating you before we are both destroyed.
Okay. Oh, what is it? Okay, so that one's not the right one. Down is the correct one for the first one. Okay, so down, down. Okay, so down, down, right. Down, down, up. Down, down, down. Left. Down, 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 right. Down, 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 up. And right. Okay, down, 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 up, left? And sadly, that just destroyed the thing. Unfortunately, yeah, that AI is no more. But what a rather interesting viewpoint he had. Or it had. It had a male voice. But yeah, that was another form of decryption, by the way. Sort of, anyway. You have to figure out the sequence to push things in before the time runs out, I believe. And let's see, is there anything else that I need to take care of? The strange transmission. Ah. Okay. So... can't resolve that one just yet. Alright. Well, other than scanning the Keepers, we are officially pretty much done here on the Citadel for now. Oh, there will be more later, don't get me wrong. But for now, we're pretty much set. I probably should have just grabbed, like, rapid transit. Oh well. In fact, I can still. So, rapids, wards locations. CSEC. Because in order to leave the Citadel, we need to find the Normandy, and the only way that we can access the Normandy is in CSEC. And actually... alright, I can't do that just yet. And Caden got caught on people again. This is the elevator that takes us up to the docking bay. Is this another one of the silent elevators? That's pretty cool. No, it's not.
Celebrations are being planned for the anniversary of the end of the Rachni Wars. Many Council worlds, particularly Asari and Solarian colonies, will hold victory parades to commemorate the defeat of the invading Rachni. In a rare admission of debt, several Asari colonies have invited Krogans to be honored for the victories the uplifted Krogans made possible.
In a rare admission of we fucked up, sorry, we're going to actually honor you for what you did. Even though we totally don't believe you actually deserve it. Huh. And there they are.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
What?
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
Of course.
I'll take good care of her, sir.
I know you will, Commander.
But why?
I want the truth. Why are you stepping down, sir?
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
Come clean with me, Captain. You owe me that much.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, Shepard. They were considering me for the Spectres.
They were.
Why didn't you ever mention this?
What was I supposed to say? I could have been a Spectre, but I blew it? I failed, Commander. It's not something I'm proud of. Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole story. For now, all you need to know is, I was sent on a mission with Saren, and he made sure the Council rejected me. I had my shot. It came and went. Now you have a chance to make up for my mistakes.
Fine.
I won't let you down, sir.
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The conduit. He's got his Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharaoh system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
Remember how those were mentioned by that one guy about the colonies? Yeah, again, a big foreshadowing.
The Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not sure they even exist.
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
I'll stop him.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans.
She does.
We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
And none of these are actually of a particular alignment. But I'm actually going to be starting looking for Liara.
Sounds like we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a spectre now. You don't answer to us.
But your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
Cat, stop making noise. Yeah, but I'll be careful.
I'll try not to make things any harder on you, Ambassador.
Glad to hear it, Commander. Remember, you were a human long before you were a spectre.
But now you're no longer human.
I have a meeting to get to. Captain Anderson can answer any questions you might have.
Interesting.
What is?
You can see half the Citadel from up here.
Yep.
When you look out and see something this beautiful. Oh, it really helps you understand what we're fighting to save.
Are you floating? Don't float. And there's a keeper. Can't go any further that way. I could have sworn there was supposed to be another keeper around here. But,
Yes, Commander?
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end. Pushing papers really isn't my thing. But you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
Tell me what happened with you and Saren 20 years ago.
It's close to 20 years ago now.
that's what she just
Ambassador
said.
Goyle was our representative here on the Citadel. Like Udina, she wanted to get a human into the Spectres. She chose me. The Council sent Saren to keep an eye on me and evaluate my performance, just like they sent Nihilus to keep tabs on you.
Why weren't you honest with me?
It's not something I'm proud of. I had a chance to become the first human Spectre, and I failed. Saren made sure of that.
If you wanted to cut off the conversation and be an asshole, you could always choose that, but,
I think I deserve the whole story.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned?
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
How many casualties?
The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the atmosphere. Nobody inside survived.
what?
There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500. Mostly civilians.
What?
Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated. Mission accomplished. And I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Spectres.
How did you get blamed for that?
Saren caused the explosion. How'd he pin it on you?
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. He claimed that's why it turned into a massacre. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
But
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren. I think he wanted things to go bad. He was looking for an excuse to blow that refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
Why'd you let him get away with it?
Who do you think the Council was going to listen to? Me? Or their best agent?
their best
I had a
agent,
bad
huh?
feeling about him right from the start. I should have been more careful. Maybe I could have stopped things before they got out of hand.
Alright, we could always repeat the it wasn't your fault, but
The only thing I care about is stopping Saren.
You're right, Commander. It's no good living in the past.
And we can always ask him about these different places.
Any extra intel you can give me on our colony at Pharos?
The entire planet used to be one giant Prothean city. Mostly ruins now. But some of the infrastructure is still intact. The colony tried to build on what the Protheans left behind. We lost all contact with them when the Geth attacked.
What do you know about the Artemis Tau cluster?
Not much. I've never been there myself. A handful of systems with a few small, uncharted worlds, but no real colonies. Might not be easy finding Dr. Tassoni out there. My advice is to look for the world with the Prothean ruins.
What can you tell me about Novaria?
Novaria's trouble. Always has been. The whole planet's basically a center for corporations to conduct illegal research. Watch your back there, Shepard. Spectres are about the only form of Citadel authority Novaria respects. But they aren't popular.
Interesting.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
So, we can always go on the Normandy. I forget if that, like, just automatically... No, it doesn't automatically send us off. At least I hope it doesn't. If it does, then we'll be going right back to the Citadel. I have some other things that I want to check out, but, let's enter the Normandy.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
Loading screen.
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Captain Anderson should be the one in charge. It's like I'm stealing the ship from him.
Yeah, the captain got screwed. But it's not like you could have stopped it. Nobody's blaming you. Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%.
Oh.
Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
And I'm going to obviously choose the Paragon option. I think this gives you like a whopping 8 Paragon points. Back off.
This is Commander Shepard speaking.
Depending on
We
your
have our
choices.
orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy.
For too long, our species has stood apart from the others.
Now it's time for us to step up and do our part for the rest of the galaxy. Time to show them what humans are made of.
Our enemy knows we're coming.
When we go into the Traverse, Saren's followers will be waiting for us. But we'll be ready for them, too.
Humanity needs to do this.
Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citadel space. Saren must be stopped, and I promise you all, we will stop him.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, ma'am.
Paragon +4. I may not have hit all of the Paragon options. And there's another codex. And then anytime I want to leave, I can have a chat with Joker. I think I actually can just chat with him.
Commander, something you need?
Ha!
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
Let's have a chat with him then.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
Your disease?
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolich syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
I can't say that I do.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
And that's really why I love Joker. He takes it seriously, he knows how to be sarcastic and snarky, but...
I need to know more about this Rolex syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you?
You think?
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you want, Commander.
How'd you end up joining the Alliance?
Look, if you're looking for an inspirational tale of the crippled kid overcoming impossible odds, you're gonna be disappointed. My mother was a civilian contractor working for the Alliance. I basically grew up on the Arcturus station back when they were building up the fleets. Spend all that time around Alliance ships, there's a good chance you'll end up going to the Academy.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Like I said, that's why I love Joker. He kind of ends up living up to his name in a roundabout way. So, now we have access to the Normandy. Oh, Presley. Can I talk to you? Apparently I cannot. Okay. Thank you for your salute, soldier. Alright, so let's go poking around the bowels of the ship, so to speak. Because I think if that guy in C-Sec didn't have the new stuff loading, then with all of the licenses and whatnot, this guy should have some nice new stuff.
Looking for supplies?
Yeah.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Especially, okay, so heavy armor, medium armor, light armor. I think, yeah, I'm gonna grab that. Yes, I think these are the ones that I was looking for. Or, no, I don't think they are. Alright, so, scrolling back up, sniper rifle. Medium armor Turian. And now we know what those... what's that compared to where I am now? Okay, so it's the exact same freaking weapon. Do I have anything to sell? No, because I'm holding on to that. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. I don't need any of the ones. Get rid of... Okay. Here we have Garrus on our ship. But unfortunately, I'm actually out of time for this installment of Let's Play Mass Effect. But finally, Commander Shepard has her own ship. Commander Shepard the Spectre is about to become an independent agent, even as Garrus randomly fingers the air in front of a console. Yeah, we're gonna have a chat with him, but that will be next time. Hope to see you then.